Thanks for stopping by Scott's PC, where I opened up this account on July 1st of this year, so not quite yet 3 months old. I started with a couple $1,000s. The goal is to generate income using high yield ETFs. For example, ULTY is my biggest position, so I am tracking about $650 of dividends and option income for September. Let's get right to the review. You can see today was a pretty deep red day for my small portfolio, down about 2.12% or $180. For the past week, I'm down about 2.16% or $180. The past month, I'm up 1.5% or $120. And for me, 3 months is lifetime, up $80 or about 1%. Let's go ahead and take a look at my buying power. You can see I have just a tiny bit of cash, and I do have a margin account, but right now I'm using my margin for some options play. You can see right now I have about $500 of options collateral, and I'm 60% above my margin maintenance that you can see right there. And what you're looking at right now is my full portfolio. You can see a lot of red. NDII was the only one in the green today, but I have a couple of cryptocurrency ETFs, XBTY and YET, and you can see they got hammered pretty hard because Bitcoin was down hard today, along with a lot of the cryptocurrency. So that's where I took a lot of a downside today. Let's go ahead and start off with ULTY. Right now at 5:45, we are in the overnight hours right now, but there you can see 568 shares, average cost of $6.18, about 37% of my portfolio. Total return down almost 12% or $415. I will have been paid about $520, so I'm up, I don't know, $100 minus taxes. You get it. I'm playing this week by week, but that is my ULTY position. And it was bound to happen, right? You have a X dividend. I think they paid a little bit over 9 cents. So we go X dividend 9 cents plus a blood red day. It comes down quite a bit. I think we were in the 560s yesterday. So it happens. So it's going to take a little bit of time to recover from 545 going back up, hopefully to 560, closer to 570. And then this Friday, I'll get paid somewhere between $50 and $55 with those 568 shares. Next up, my second biggest position, XBTY. Again, Bitcoin got hammered today, came down a lot. You can see that this lost almost $1 or almost 5%. There's my 115 shares, an average cost of $22.68, 27% of the portfolio. I'm down 12%, almost 13% or $330. And I think I have a little less than $300 in dividends. So this is down. I need Bitcoin to really pump back up. But we all know about August and September. It's kind of the down months. So hopefully this fall, I can get XBTY to go back up once Bitcoin does pump. Next up, NBII. Small position, just a little bit less than 13 shares. You can see at an average cost of $30.26. NBII is sitting at 3102. So this high yield ETF does pay dividends. And then the second thing it does, it provides growth. So you have a $30 ETF paying about 25 cents a week, but you are growing. You can see 2.5% or about $10. Next up is YET. You can see it's just getting hammered today, down almost 7%, $1.77. Again, I don't have a very big position. 12 shares, an average cost of $29.60, down 18% basically for $62. And you can see right there, I had the dividend that's probably going to hit sometime this evening of $4.76. Then I have Maggie from Roundhill, a very small position, just a little bit over 5 shares. There's my average cost of $56.91 right now. It's been positive for a long time, but you can see I'm down 1.6% or about $5. And then yesterday, I opened up a new position, TSYY from Granite Shares. Follows good old Tesla. But anyway, I have 30 shares, an average cost of $8.44. Right now, with the down day, on total return down about 1.5% or about $4. I think Tesla is going to pump. You've been reading the news the past 2 or 3 weeks. The owner has cleared the way basically to do whatever he wants to do. So I expect this stock to go up. And the stock, I meant Tesla, which in turn will make this one go up. So all these high yield ETFs, I have those 6. They pay me Monday through Friday. My goal is to get paid every day of the business week. But I've been dealing with these high yield ETFs for about 1.5 years now. And I know they have NAV erosion and they they get all the downside, but are capped on the upside. So knowing that, I have 3 growth funds now. VU is one of them, and it's just to help the overall portfolio. You can see I have $692 of market value in VU, or a little bit over 1 share. These are very young. I just opened these up about a month ago. I'm up 2.5%, or about $17. And then I also have another growth fund of QQQ, a market value of $657. And again, you can see 1.1 shares. I'm up 3.5%, or about $22. And then my third growth fund is I have a little bit of Bitcoin, about $380 in value. You can see my average cost $111,000, about 5% of the portfolio, and I'm down just a little bit. But Bitcoin, if we look at the past week, look, it's down almost $8,000. That's what's causing my XBTY to go down so sharply. So I'm waiting for Bitcoin to pump. Now, I'm talking about my growth funds, my QQQ, my VU, my Bitcoin. They're just a little bit over 20% of the portfolio. And if we go back to ULTY, for example, if you're heavy into margin, you could get a margin call. So right now I'm not in margin because I'm trying to do my options play. But if I were in margin, one thing I could do is liquidate my VU, my QQQ, and my Bitcoin to help stabilize this portfolio in a really down market or an unexpected swan event, so to speak. So that's why I have 20% in growth funds. That's about $1,700 that I could have deployed into these high yield ETFs to even get me more weekly and daily income. So that's my reasoning, my thought process for holding $1,700 of growth assets, so to speak. All right, let's talk about my options income. You can see right there, I have one option play open. It doesn't expire until the 17th of October. $82 credit. Right now, it is down negative $13, but this has got a ways to go. It's just a put of $5 on MSOX. And again, this was up yesterday, but everything got hit hard today in the market, or at least in my portfolio. So we'll see how this one does. But I did close a couple option positions today. Let me show you what those were. Now, I've been dabbling with options just for the past 14 or 15 days, literally. So you can see this month, I've made 197 of realized profit, so to speak. And then if you look at the very first two, I closed out today. I had a put position on TSLL at $18. If we click on it, you can see the credit it opened. I mean, it's a small premium. After I opened it, I thought to myself, why did I open it for just $13? And then I paid $6, close it for a net profit of $7. So at least I profited a little bit over 50%. And then the other play I did this week was a credit put spread on ACN. $66 for me, that premium when I opened that's a nice chunk that's going to help build this portfolio. And then I almost got all of it. I decided to close because there's supposed to be news coming out tomorrow, and it's probably not going to be good news, about the economy and whatnot. So $5 to close it. A realized profit of $61, 90%. I'll take it. I hit it when it spiked because they went through earnings. I guess it wasn't the best of earnings, but it came down and then spiked back up, and that's exactly when I bought to close it out. So for this week, $68 for this business week, $68 of realized option profit. And then just kind of finish it up. Like I said, tomorrow night being Friday night, I should get it out. I think $53 from ULTY as a distribution. I think I'm going to deposit $100 tomorrow, maybe buy some more ULTY. I'm just going to kind of sprinkle it out all over these funds right here. But usually when I get the distributions, I put 20% into those growth funds, VU, QQQ, and Bitcoin. And also with these high yield ETFs, the only ones I'm dripping everything except for ULTY and XBTYs. I'm using those distributions just to kind of build up these other positions. So that's just the update for today, September 25th, 2025. Folks, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.